saying? Right now, you see when your friends, when you meet, yo, my nigga, your friends will never cross you. They'll never do it. A real friend will never do that. A real friend will, I would rather turn my back and disassociate myself for a time rather than blast your business out in the streets.
Because that's a phone
How
call.
do y'all think that he's solid? Y'all niggas is, I don't understand that, B. I don't understand that. And at
AT,
no
Yeah.
point, if me and you, if I get on a phone call with you, right, and you get pissed off at what I said, right, then at the end of the day, you get online and you tell the public what our private conversation was, and then I say, yo, how is that gangster? How is that manly? So when you're looking at Fluid, what you're looking at is a big Rottweiler meowing. You see this Rottweiler barking like, "Arr, arr, arr." But then one day you start seeing meow, and you like, what the fuck going on here? This is what it feel like. When you look at Fluid, you see a Rottweiler meowing now. Now this nigga got cat tendencies. He purring and licking himself. I'm like, yo, what is you doing? Don't, yo, my nigga, I thought you was a Rottweiler. Stay solid.
Right.
He online like in his emotions. These people today, they don't know what's real from fake because they was raised on the internet, my nigga. You understand what I'm saying? And niggas be mad at me because I give it to them real and they be in their feelings. They don't like the way I delivered it. But I keep it all the way real with them. And they're like, you know what? You might be saying the truth, but I don't like your delivery. I don't give a fuck. I'm not here for you to like me. I do not care if y'all people like me or not, yo. When y'all gonna get in your head, this nigga don't give a fuck if you like him or not. He came to give you a message. You can take that shit or not. Most of the people that don't fuck with me do not fuck with me because they got in their emotions. About your world news is somebody that was following me and I didn't answer him in a fucking, this is how the whole villain started. I hurt his feelings in the chat. And then he
you
turned on me and
did.
became
It's your fault.
everybody that hates on me is in their emotions about some shit that ain't got, you understand? It's just is what it is. So at the end of the day, everybody, and then when you see them online, they got so much passion. They hurting. They like, he did this. And look, I'm glad I hurt them, right? Because at the end of the day, when you hurt somebody, you see their true colors. But listen, you can't hurt my feelings and make me turn on you and tell all your personal business and tell you, yo, I can't, yo, I don't give a fuck. That's not manly. That's not what the nigga do. That's not what real niggas do. Real niggas will never come on show text messages of what I said. Look at what he said to them. Who are you talking to? Who are these people? Do you know these people? Who are these people you talking to? Some weirdos. Niggas behind cell phones and you sitting online talking to these weirdos. The fuck is you talking to? Me and you know each other personally. You don't know. But the thing let me know, like, wow, it's like, yo, now I see niggas' true colors because I have felt it. But at the end of the day, if you my friend, never. Solid means solid, nigga. That means you never turn, ever. Fuck is you talking about? Niggas tell me I lost a friend or I lost somebody. You can never lose something that's meant for you. Never. You can try to let it go all you want. It's gonna come back to you.
You got a solid point because this is the thing, right? What bugged me out about World News is that he follows you damn near every day, every hour, and still don't know you. Every day he watches you, and he still don't know you. Because even when I had the conversation with him, right? Because he felt like that one video was gonna break us up. When I already knew that me and you was way solid. But he was saying to me, because I clicked his link, right? Oh, you was going to cut me off. And I said to him, I said, time out, partner. He going to cut me off, right? Or for talking to you, but you go over there to him. And who cut you off? Wait a minute, world. This is the part of the video, because we did like a little interview over there, and he cut it up, which he likes to do. You know, he's the edit guy. He likes to take videos, chop them up, and make people look a certain type of way. But that's fine. But that's fine, because now when I get the microphone, because see, ain't nothing really changed. He said that I wouldn't be able to do this. He said a couple of days ago that number one, I'd be rejected by Carbonation. Number two, NatureBoy was supposed to kick me out, cuss me out. Now that none of that's happened, what's your next move? Where do you go now? Because it's obvious you're still not paying attention. Like Chief said, niggas don't pay attention to him. They don't. They don't listen. They just hate. And a lot of it is clout chasing. Again, any issue that World News has with Chief, he could come up here and talk right now. But in reality, he don't have no issue. He just trolling. Y'all women, y'all are females. You know what it is to break up with a dude or tell a dude you ain't trying to deal with him no more, and they get in their emotions with y'all as individuals. Y'all know what an emotional man is, right? When you tell a man, hey man, I'm not trying to hit you up no more, this, that, the other, y'all are dealing with his emotions. Y'all are calm, but they're all excited. Now, same thing with the Chief. The Chief is really, really understanding. If y'all notice, he's never been the person to just cut somebody all the way off. He gives chances to people, and I've got into it with him over some of the things that I've seen him do. He know. All right. People act like I ain't went at him. I went at him. Hard body.
Went at who?
Well, it sounds like it because you're talking to the both parties, so
I'm about to say this is a soap opera.
it's fun for you.
Well,
So
you know why? Because you know why it's fun for me? Because I'm happy. I don't wake up in the morning in misery. Not one morning I wake up feeling depressed, feeling sad. I feel good about myself. And that confidence kind of, it kind of stands out a little bit, because I don't have any hate in my heart, and people can see that. People can see that. I don't hang with haters. I don't have to hate. Like, real talk. You get closer with understanding than you do hate. I could go on any one of those platforms and say negative things about NatureBoy. But what is that going to do for me personally?
Can I admit something that I do find as a flaw in myself?
Oh, go ahead, bro.
I lack tact when it comes to people's feelings and emotions. I'm not very like, I've never been a person that is
as a man you
sensitive about other people's emotions. I'm a brutally honest person, and I lack finesse and like saying things to people. Sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And sometimes I for one, I know that about myself. Like, and I know a lot of people, yo, what's up with the background? Somebody background, like, oh, let me.
It's number 6.
I for one, right? I for one is I lack tact in how I say it to people. So my tone, my demeanor is like, no matter what I'm saying, people can't really receive what I'm saying sometimes because of how I'm saying it. So that's a flaw of mine. Because, and I'm gonna tell you why it's a flaw. It's a flaw because people are sensitive. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm very militant. But let me say this. So I can understand how people can get in their feelings and be like, yo, you're rude, you're abusive, I can understand why somebody would look at me and be like, yo, it's not what you said. You saying some truth, but I don't like how you talking to them. Why you had to say it like that, right? And so I could understand why a motherfucker get in their mood. Because when me and Fleur was on the phone with each other, now that the conversation is out and it's all out, I told him, like, yo, you know what your problem is? You think I'm your friend and I'm your commander in chief. I'm your teacher. He said, nigga, what you taught me? I said, obviously nothing. But before I said that, I was telling him, he was telling me he don't want to be associated with me no more. And so I was like, I bet you don't want to be associated with me no more. I bet you go your way, I go mine. He like, yo, just because somebody agree with you don't mean that we can't still be friends. I was like, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to have nothing to do with you. He was like, yo, what you mean? I'm like, yo, I just told you, my nigga, like, I don't fuck with people that don't really fuck with me. He like, yeah, I'm doing my own thing. I'm like, I go do your own thing, no beef. You go your way, I go mine. But I don't really affiliate myself with people that don't fuck with me. If you don't fuck with me and I know you don't fuck with me, I'm gonna fuck with you. I don't fuck. That's how I move. He was offended by that. I was like, listen, the way I look at you is one of my students. I know you think you a grown man, but I look at you as someone that's under my teachings, is learning from me. He said, nigga, what you taught me? I said, obviously nothing, and I hung up. But then next thing I know, we online. But the way I carried him, I could see him getting upset. Like if I put myself in his shoes, I would have been hurt by that too. But the difference is I would have never went online. I would have just stopped fucking with you. That's it. I don't have to tell people what happened. I would have been highly upset, but in my emotions, I would have just been like, fuck that nigga. I'm gonna go do me. You know what I'm saying? I don't gotta go hate on this nigga and get online and be like, you see what I'm saying? So my thing is, I do see the flaw in how I say things, because I'm blunt and I'm rude and I'm from New York, and sometimes I hurt people's feelings and they get in their emotions. Facts, I get it. But the thing is, how people respond to that shit is the difference between me and them. If you fuck me over, you see people fuck me over all the time. What do? I keep doing me. I don't really get into it. I ain't got time for you. If you fuck me over, you just fucked me over. That's it. I just don't deal with you no more. I keep it pushing. I keep doing me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm living my life. I'm not going to give you all my energy and start talking about you all day and every night. That's the part that's the part we have to look at now. Of course, NatureBoy was rude to you. He hurt your feelings, right? How you responded says everything about you, though. Right? So now we have to look at, if you hurt my feelings and talk crazy to me on the phone, how I'm going to hang up on the phone with you and get online and turn the phone on to some strangers that I don't even know and blast our conversation and what happened with us online. So I asked him the simple question, is like, yo, but why are you online telling everybody our business? He couldn't answer. Because I can. Because you don't control me. I'm like, nigga, if I don't control you, then why are you getting upset? So my thing is this. I do clearly understand where I say things, and on public, they got me recorded being fucking straightforward and brutal with people. Like, I'm like telling people the truth, and a woman or men. That's how I talk to people. I'm from New York. I'll be straight up with you and be straight real with you. I'm not the type of person to beat around the bush. I'm going, in real life, I will look you in the eyes and tell you some shit, and you'll think like, yo, who this nigga talking to? Because at the end of the day, that's how I carry me. I'll say it to your face. This is just how I am. But I understand. That's why I don't deal with people. I don't like to deal with people that are emotional to the point where they'll snap out and do things in their emotions. I got to deal with people that give it to me the way I give it to them. Now, if you tell me some straight up shit, like, what the fuck is you doing? You know, da-da-da-da-da-da. I might be in my feelings, but my mind is still going to be able to what you said. And if it's real, I'm going to deal with my emotions and stand corrected. Like, you know what? Nah, he said some real shit. That's real, though. I don't like how he said it, but that's real. And I respect that. You understand what I'm saying? The way my shit process, I'm not going to be, it don't matter. If you right, you right. If you wrong, you wrong. You know what I'm saying? So in that regards, the foul play was when he went online and blasted our business. That's it. Men don't do that. Men don't do that. We disagree privately. You go your way, I go mine. Fuck it. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, him getting online talking about me, now I see the true colors. Now that I'm glad, and sometimes, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna get a mic back to y'all. Sometimes in life, right? Sometimes you gotta ruffle feathers to see what's really going on. Sometimes pressure shows you what shit is made of. Pressure. You got it. Sometimes you want to know who your real friends are? Piss them off. Piss them off. Do something to piss their ass off and see what happens. How they deal with the conflict between you and them will let you know if you got a real friend or a fake one.
That's a fact.
You don't know what you're dealing with until pressure. Pressure can tell you if something is a real element like gold. It can tell you things. You know if something is fake or real by putting pressure on it. Your jewelry, you put pressure on it, you see if the jewelry is real or not. So without pressure, you don't know who you got in your corner. Y'all would have been at the fake look at Fluid like, yo, your Fluid was a solid nigga. That was your homie. How? Who raised y'all? I don't give a fuck where you from. Where you from? What he did yesterday was not manly. It was not thorough. It was nothing cool how he handled that. Nothing. And we going look, all I'm saying is, I know we playing the game, but I want my foul, ref. I know y'all niggas don't like me, but fear is fear. And be a man about it and get out of your emotions about me.
Oh shit.
Listen, I want my foul, ref. I know y'all don't like me, but I want fear is fear. What Fluid did yesterday was pussy. And I'm calling a foul. It's a flagrant. It was a flagrant foul as a man. It wasn't what real niggas do. You might not like me.
It should have stayed off the net. Real shit.
You might not like me. You might not like me. You don't gotta like me. Because don't let your influence of not liking me stop your ability to make sound judgment, nigga. You understand? Just because you might not like me, don't mean that let that cloud your ability to make a sound judgment. You might, I don't like NatureBoy, but what you did right there, my nigga, that's pussy. I would have never did that. Word, you ain't gotta like me to call that foul. I want a flagrant foul. Ref, where my foul at? Where the rules at? And if he could do that, then ain't no rules to the game. Niggas just foul each other. What's the use of playing if niggas ain't gonna have no rules? My nigga, is there rules to the game anymore? Or are we on the internet?
Facts. And you know what's so funny? You know, people, you can't call someone a snake if they was never on the other team. All right, if they never was down with the other team. I think some of y'all got these definition and terminologies all mixed up. See, again, for those that were confused, I'm not a Beam Team member. I've never been a Beam Team member. I'm not a part of World News. When I met Chief, right? When I met Chief, I didn't even know who the fuck World News was. Let's clear the air. All right. The reason why I'm down with the Chief is because of what he's saying right now. Again, he's stating facts. The weird thing about it is, right? His issues with the Chief is not a personal issue. You listen to Fluid talk, and all he's doing is repeating World News. He's talking about the Chief's personal life, something I never look. I've said this thousands of times. Personally, I never cared about his personal life.
Men don't talk about other men behind their back. If he in here, and he in here.
Do you understand?
Don't let that go down.
You're not supposed to care about another man's personal life.
Right.
A man's not supposed to do that.
I don't talk about no other men since I've been on this panel.
You feel me?
Because I'm a real man. I'm worried about y'all bullshit. I do my own thing.
But that's the narrative that's being pushed. I have a problem with the Chief because of his personal life, which ain't really supposed to be your problem. Do you understand?
But we almost at 10 o'clock. Let the man speak some knowledge. We entertain dumb shit. I mean.
Now we addressing morals and principles, which no matter how much knowledge you got in this world, no matter how much knowledge you got in this world, without morals and principles, that shit don't mean nothing. It'll never be applied right. I can give you the tools to something and break it up, and it comes in pieces because the knowledge comes in pieces. But how to apply that knowledge without morals and principles? We have to address morals and principles because without morals and principles, the knowledge has no essence.
Right.
We know listen, like I said, I will admit, the way I deliver my message can be cold. It can be cut off from emotions and disrespectful to people's emotions because I'm a disciplinarian. I believe that in order to gain true freedom, you must have discipline. We must have structure. We must have order. And to me, I look at myself as a chief. And I do look at my knowledge as an empowerment to other people. So therefore, I look at myself as a teacher to people rather than their friends. I don't really have friends. When I talk to people, when I'm talking to you, I feel like I'm an OG in a sense of I'm an ancestor giving knowledge. I know I look young, but the things that I'm saying is to uphold a certain thing to make sure that we overcome our oppression. So when people come to me, it be men that come to me. Yo, you ain't my chief. Well, leave me alone, brother. Why are you watching me? Because I consider anybody that's up under me, I'm their head. I'm any female or any male that's listening to me, I consider myself their head. If I'm not your head, then me and you could never ever have anything together. It is not gonna work. You could extract the knowledge, right? You could take my knowledge, and at the end of the day, you can go be the head of something, but somebody gonna have to follow you. And at the end of the day, we're gonna have to organize. It doesn't matter. As men, as a people, to organization, structure, and plan. We have no plan, and therefore we will never have unity. And that's my point. People don't like the way I'm saying, but I am someone that is strong, and my desire for the freedom of black people. I'm a disciplinarian, I'm a serious thinking person, and I'm a man. And a lot of men are offended by my ability to articulate myself because most men don't know how to articulate themselves. So it is a gift, and it's a gift to gab what people say. And they're like, so they admire that. And real men will say to you straight up, like, listen, man, like my man, he hopped off, right? Black men, and this is our problem. Our oppressor will always have an advantage over us, right? Because they don't mind dominating one another and organizing like they organize their military. They are organized. Our oppressor is organized. We are not organized. That's our only issue. Period. Our black people our egos are inflated with white supremacy, and we're individuals so much so that we're able to gather and allow other people that are smarter than us to lead us. If someone, see, the problem is there's too many chiefs and not enough Indians. Why? Because America is a place of what? Liberty and justice for all. And they have conditioned each and every one of us to inflate our egos to the point that we can't come together to have some kind of hierarchy. Yet they do it. The military does it. But we have a mindset, an American mindset. I don't need nobody. Okay. Because of liberty and justice for all. But yet your military has a high ranking. They have a general. They have sergeants. They have lieutenants. They have everything dressed right, dressed. I was in the military, so I know how it needs to function for our people to come. But see, when you are a disciplinarian, when I discipline the people around me, when I discipline people around me, I'm looked at as a father. I'm Baba. I'm a disciplinarian. I'm a firm, strict disciplinarian, and I do not break my rules. I'm a cool dude, but I don't play no games. I ain't looking for no trouble, but I ain't putting up with no shit. So, because of that, it's called abuse. But is it called abuse when you hop off the military, off the Marine bus, and they screaming at you, and they telling you to do push-ups, and they saying, you're nothing, you're nothing, and they pushing you? It's not considered abuse to go to the military. And the way they talk to you in the military, in basic training, to reprogram your mind to take an order. The reason why they scream at you is to take an order so that you know that at the end of the day, this is my sergeant, I take an order. No matter how it's said, I take that order. Under pressure, you must take the order. So when you go to the military, they put you in conditions to be able to take orders. Under any circumstance, you must be able to take those orders. So as soon as you get off the bus, they're screaming at you, and what would look like abuse is really discipline, and it's forming you to be a soldier in the army of the United States Army. So when you come here, you're coming to be a soldier in the army of the Lord. When you come here, you're coming here to be the soldier. You must act upright. You must be strong. You cannot get in your emotions and get emotional and act irate. Men don't do that. And I need all the men in the black community that have watched what happened yesterday to tell Fluid the truth. Because if you tell Fluid what he did was right, then you got a whole bunch of black men doing feminine shit. And it's not even right that women do it. Women shouldn't even act irate in their emotions because that's a childish trait. When children don't get their way, they whine and cry and throw a temper tantrum. As an adult, we should be able to deal with our emotions and be emotional and intelligent. Now, in my chart, it says that, yo, you need to work on your emotionality. I believe all feelings come from thought. You can't feel away unless you think away. Your feelings right now, and I want you to remember this, all feelings come from thoughts. So there is perception that forms our emotions, right? So remember, when you're the next time you're emotional, ask yourself, why do I feel like this? It'll go back to a way of you thinking or perceiving what happened. It comes from your thoughts.
A trigger.
If you can control your thoughts, you can control your emotions. And once you're able to control your emotions, you can control reality. Did you hear me?
Chief, can I just add something to that, please? Let me just say one
No,
thing.
let me say this. This is very important.
Okay.
If you can control your thoughts, you can control your emotions. If you can get control over your emotions, you can control and influence people easily. This is the key to becoming a god. This is why I'm able to control so many people and influence so many people. Because I have control over me. You have control over the way you perceive things, right? Say if somebody says something, say if somebody calls you a nigger. Hey, what's up, nigger? And they're a white person. Immediately, you can get upset about that because of the thought that was put in your head and what someone said to you. It invoked a what? A feeling. Mm-hmm. Yo, you disrespecting me. And now, in this moment, do you allow that person's energy to control you? They put a thought in your mind. Do you allow it to control you? Nah. How do you change it? You change the perspective. This person called me a nigger, but obviously they're a hurt person in themselves and they're trying to hurt me. You can't hurt me with being a nigger because I'm not a nigger. And look at the mindset. The mindset counteracts the energy that was supposed to make me upset. And because I was able to change my thinking and my perception of it, I now have control and I feel different for this person. And now I'm sitting here in control of me, right? I'm in control of me and this person is upset. Why? Because I hold the key to my perception. You say whatever you want to me is Tai Chi. I turn it to wherever I want in me. If you can learn how to do this under pressure, in the moment, you become God of your reality. You become the chief of your world, the chiefess of your world, the God of your reality. If you can learn this simple thing, then nothing can touch you. Nothing.
Such as self-discipline, correct?
It's self-discipline. And the only way you're going to have self-discipline is by able to take whatever people say about you and be able to dissect it, turn it around, and neutralize it. Never to respond back to them with the same energy unless it's passion. But when you hear me talking, I'm always turning what they say about me into something positive, into something that's like, yo, that's stupid. That don't even make no sense. And laughing at it and throwing it away. Every time somebody says something about me, I bring up points that counteract their thoughts, and it leaves me. And people are like, yo, how do you stay so calm? How do you deal with all this thing? I'm able to alchemize everything that's said about me. It's bullshit. And when I talk, it helps other people alchemize it for themselves. So when I'm addressing these issues, it's to help you think through your emotions as well as me. Because most people are easily influenced. So when I give you my thoughts about what people say about me, is somebody smoking? We got a high risk. Put hearts in the building, y'all. I didn't see nobody smoking.
Number 2 might not be in the screen. Be him.
Brother, cam down, brother.
Yeah,
Cam,
bro.
close your
Camera.
Cam down if you're not gonna be in the screen. Cam down if you're not gonna be in the screen. Memphis Bleak. Go ahead, number 6.
Not smoking.
Huh?
I think. Okay,
Now
so
listen to you.
okay.
Okay.
What I just want to add to that is I think a huge part of, everything that we've discussed today is respect. Like we always say, respect is earned, it's not given. So I think we need to treat people how we want to be treated. And it's a huge factor in the black community because it's like we've been disrespected for years and decades, from white people, from colonialism. Now it's the firm, the institution, the system that we're fighting against that constantly tells us that we are not worth respect, we are not worth basic human decency. So that's why a lot of black people treat their people if they are being disrespected. We articulate ourselves properly because we might have a group, right, but we really deliver it away from it. And it's
Thea,
just more.
Thea, we are at war. Niggas is way too relaxed. We are at war, Thea. I got you, number 6. You next. Our men don't need nobody talking to them soft. That's the problem. You understand what I'm saying? Even the woman needs discipline. What I'm saying, we're not at a time right now where we don't need self-discipline. We need to be screamed at. We need to be dressed right dressed. We need militants. We need that. We don't need nobody talking nothing sweet to us. We've been taught sweet to sleep. We are asleep right now thinking that we are not in slavery still. We are sleeping. We need to be woke up. We need militants. We need to stand up. And you're saying I'm yelling. But it's not yelling. It's power. It's speaking truth to power. It's passion. You want me to talk to you soft? But you can't get off the military bus? When you go to the military, they're reprogramming you for you to lead as a civilian. You're no longer. What I'm telling you is when you get off that military bus, they are going to scream on you to reprogram your mind to take commands from their commanders. Period. And our people need to get screamed at out of their ignorance. And they have to get strong. Women and men have to be strong. And anybody that's most of our people need to go. They need to. You understand what I'm saying? And I can't even say it on this line. Most of them need to go. All of them gonna get wiped out. Put the hearts in the building. It's about to get real. It's about to get real. Put hearts in the building because it's gonna get real. I'm gonna hurt somebody's feelings now. Y'all ready to get y'all feelings hurt? All right, go ahead, number 6. Go ahead. Before I go in, because I'm out the Dragon Ball Z shit.
I was in the military, so can't really go on me because I am strong. I understand everything. I got science. I understand everything that you're talking about.
Right. And how
I understand how you're talking.
How we gonna build anything? And I'm gonna mute you because you got some backfeed.
Every time men speak like that, bitches get scared.
Yeah, that might be TGM. I see his mic moving. Hello, feedback, TGM.
Sorry about that.
Okay, so listen to me right now. I came to my life message. My life message, right, is this. Black people are comfortable in white supremacy. They don't want to let it go. Most black people gonna have to go because they are a part of the problem and not the solution. They are way too comfortable in white supremacy, way too comfortable in our slavery, on our modern day slavery, to listen to anything that can bring us out of it. We are no longer physically oppressed. We are psychologically oppressed and don't even know it. We are psychologically oppressed and don't even know it. Our job to, yo, what's up, True? You gonna do your job or what, man? Oh, you did it. Our job right now is to reprogram the psychology of people's minds. That is the only way out of our oppression, because we are now in a psychological warfare. You are comfortable in your ignorance now. You don't know you a slave now. You see, the animals that are born in the zoo don't know that they are in a zoo. They don't know that they're in a zoo. That's all they ever knew. We have generations that have been raised in white supremacy, and it's become the norm. I'm a disciplinarian. I'm about militants. I'm about that. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to hurt your feelings sometimes, even if you think me and you are friends. I'm a teacher. And I say like this. I don't rule over no man. I cannot rule over no man. Men have to be ruled by morals and principles. But we can have people that are commanders and leaders of those rules and laws. We must be ruled by laws. Every man and woman must be held by law. Now, men must be appointed to uphold these laws and police these laws. So we have a hierarchy to keep that system in play. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Without a hierarchy, people could just break those consequences. And this ensures that it will always be this way. It was like this way from the very beginning. We had chiefs. I'm ready, Afro. We had chiefs. Did we not? Have anybody watched Shaka Zulu? We always had leaders. We always had leaders. We always had leaders.
And Chief, if I may add, the 13th Amendment. Yeah, the 13th Amendment said slavery is abolished with the exception of you committing a crime. So technically, slavery still exists. It never went away.
What the 13th Amendment showed, actually, because it was actually made for black people, was showing you're still a slave. So therefore, if you do something wrong, they can bring your butt right back and you can become a slave.
Well, here's how they get you. Think about this. A police officer, when they say they just have to verbally say it. When they say you are under arrest, you no longer have rights. In that moment, you become a slave. And anybody that's been in any type of incarceration, what do? The same thing they do in the military. They get you in line. They get in your face. They put hands on you in that particular moment because you no longer have rights. So people don't even realize this. All right. And our children are being murdered. Our children are being murdered because of this. You going to fight against a system that you can't win because it was never set up for you in the first place. All right. It was set up to destroy you. When you run up on an electric pole.
What's up? Hey, yo, Voodoo, come up, Voodoo.
But when you run up on an electric pole, right, with 100,000 volts, it kills you. And for some strange reason, we like to teach our children, well, keep running up on it. Sooner or later, it's going to stop. You can't win against no odds like that. All right? You can't go inside of a volcano, jump in, and swim in the lava. But we're going to teach our kids, you know what? Keep trying, and sooner or later, you're going to be able to swim in there. No. Stop trying to go against things that were not meant for you to go against. Some things you got to let go. You got to move on. All right? And the system that we live under, like here in America, yeah, it's completely backwards. It's designed to set you back, and you have to always be on guard 24/7. You always have to be on guard because it's your children that are in danger. We're adults. They want the younger minds. The younger the better. They want to attack our children at 8, 9, and 10. You understand me? All right. That's real talk. So we always have to be on guard. We always have to like keep like Chief says, that third eye open. We have to. It's a must. Because when Chief says we are at war, and the people say, what war? Man, go look outside. Look at your gentrification. You don't know what, you don't see the war? Look at your neighborhoods. Look at how they've taken these black neighborhoods and they're starting to gentrify the neighborhoods. Don't act like you don't see it. Don't turn a blind eye to it. You look up and say, oh, they're fixing this area up. You know, this was a ghetto, but look how nice it is now. Watch yourself. Who made that nice like that? Who spent that money? After all the years you didn't live there, they finally fixed it? Hold up. Who fixed it?
And
you feel what I'm saying?
And for who did they fix it for?
Exactly.
Appreciate it, Coco. So we need discipline. Our people don't want discipline. We're lazy in our ignorance. Hit your bag, guys. Hit your bag.
What are you supposed to do? I don't know. What are you supposed to do?
You just click on it, I believe.
Oh.
What's going on, Rally? You can't hear nothing? You can't talk?
He must have opened another app. He gotta go back down to the comments and come back up.
A lot of people will tell you, well, NatureBoy ain't doing nothing. NatureBoy just sitting around all day. I'm going to tell you the number one thing our people need is a psychological revolution. We've done physical things already. At this point, what we need is education. We have to re-educate ourselves. So what NatureBoy is doing is sitting online, is re-educating you every day. It's a psychological warfare that we're dealing with here. The mind. See, it doesn't matter where you go, there you are. And until the mind changes, it don't matter if you change your environment. This is a mental movement, as Voodoo would say. So NatureBoy is teaching you the knowledge that will transform your mind, so no matter where you go, the place that you are, you will make it better. But number one, you're going to have to come out of society. You cannot stay in society because we're ruled by our subconscious mind. Our subconscious mind rules our reality. What is a subconscious mind? The subconscious mind is your inner child. It's the mind that is impressionable, and it rules 90%. You have to protect your subconscious mind. The things that are around you, how they use commercials. You know why you got commercials? They're not talking to your conscious mind in commercials. They're talking to your subconscious mind, and there's people that spend thousands of dollars, right? They spend thousands of dollars to do what?
Sell their product.
To sell their product, and when you go to YouTube and you see those ads, right? The ads on the YouTube channel pay money to even you as a YouTuber. They pay you money for what? To make sure that they put their product in your subconscious mind. It's not going into your conscious mind. And they will let you cut the commercial off after a certain amount of seconds, because they put everything they needed to put in those first couple of seconds. This is a technology. This is a technology. They put everything they needed to put in those couple of seconds. Now, your subconscious mind is what, when you're in a supermarket and you got a selection to choose from, you go with the brand that has been put in your subconscious. So we have to reprogram our subconscious mind. How do we do so? We have to remove ourselves from the fucking herd. You're a part of a group and you're in a crowd. You have to move away from the crowd, isolate yourself, because you're thinking how people want you to think, not for yourself. When you isolate yourself, you start to think for yourself. So we have isolated ourselves from society, gained knowledge of self, and now given it to people here. So the problem here is a psychological warfare. This is what's going on. So we need the knowledge first. We have to be reprogrammed first. So therefore, there's not anything else to do for you but to give you knowledge of self. That's the war. The war is to give you knowledge of self. They don't want you to know this. They want you to be distracted by emotions. But we must become a militant people. We must have order and structure. I want you to gain knowledge of self. That's my job. My job is to send you information. That's it. Now, what I'm doing with my personal life, they're distracting you with my personal issues so that you can't get the knowledge and wisdom I've given you to transform your own life. So they're tricking you out of your own divinity. So while you're paying attention to what's going on with the baby mother and the friend and the da-da-da, you're missing out on what's going to be able to transform your own life. Who gives a fuck about what happened with my baby mother? What the fuck does that got to do with you? But the people that aren't interested, most people, which are most people, aren't interested in elevating their mind. They go pay attention to shit that ain't got nothing to do with them. If I'm giving you something that's making you great, making you better, but you keep feeding yourself stuff that ain't got nothing to do with you. These are people that are mass escapists. They run away from their issues and stuff by running and finding someone else to live through, vicariously live through. They vicariously live through other people so they can run away from themselves. So they find issues and they extract issues from my personal life so that they can forget about their own. Do you have time to pay attention to another nigga's life? Hell no. Because when you die, you're not going to answer for what the hell NatureBoy was doing with his life. You're going to answer for what you did with yours.
Indeed.
And I'll be damned if I look at the screen of my life and see another nigga's life. Come on, when you die, you're going to look at the screen of your life and see me. Your whole life was sat in front of a computer watching what another nigga was doing. Unless that person was teaching you something to elevate your mind, to get you in the mindset of elevating your mental state, then it's distracting you from your own divinity. So we in an age where everybody's on the phone watching each other, looking ass niggas. We just be careful what you feed your mind, because what you feed your mind, your reality will manifest it. Basically, your life is what you feed your mind. Look around in your reality. Be careful what you feed your eyes, your ears, your mouth. We talk about eating healthy, but make sure you putting in your eyes. Make sure what you give your mind and you feed your mind is healthy for you. If it ain't elevating you, then it's distracting you from your greatness. Remember, I told you that. If something is not empowering you, it's taken from you. And we could call it entertainment. We can call it drama. Oh, I like the drama. That's because you ain't got no life. If you got a life and you worried about your own shit, I'm telling you right now, ain't no time to be worried about nobody else's drama, because everybody got drama. It's 7 billion people on this planet. Everybody got drama. What the fuck that got to do with you and elevating your mind? I'm only tuned in to what's making me better. Because each and every one of you have a purpose for it, waking up every day on this plane. You here for a reason. And it ain't to pay attention to nobody's personal life. You here to make yourself greater so that you can help other people be great. The quicker you make yourself great and you heal your wounds, you can help other people heal their wounds. So don't be distracted and stop feeding yourself bullshit, because your life starts to manifest what you giving yourself. So be careful what you take in. When you start listening to other people's drama, it ain't got nothing to do with you. You're feeding yourself junk food. Then when when your life is out of shape, you wonder why your life is out of shape. Because you keep feeding yourself stupid shit that ain't got nothing to do with making you greater and elevating your mental. You understand what I'm saying to y'all? So even with my life is public, and I got a lot of interesting shit going on. It's funny. It's like intriguing. It's like, what the fuck going on with this nigga? But I tell you, do not even let that distract you. Extract the knowledge, extract what you can use, and keep it the fuck moving. We at the end of the days, people are betraying each other, people are turning on each other, people doing foul shit and they letting it happen. I'm telling you, that's not the world we grew up in. Now men are females and females are men. The shit, dogs are meowing and fucking meow, and the cats are barking. Nick, this is that time we in right now. You don't know who's who, and they want to humble me. They want me to talk to you sweet, but if I was talking sweet, you would have never found me. You would have never knew who I was, and had it not been for all the drama. My message to you is this: the way your food is trying to tell you something. When you eat your food, you're made up of trillions of cells. Your food is information. It's information. That's what it is. It boils down to information. And they have genetically modified that information to tell it what they want you to know instead of what God wants you to know, the universe wants you to know. And so they're doing the same with me. They do the same with your sunlight. They spray chemtrails to reflect the sun back to itself so that you don't get the light codes. They alter your water that you have so that you have to buy water. And even then, that water is altered. Water is essential. Why do you have to buy what you are? You are 70% water. Do you know that's like buying air to breathe? Buying water to drink. It's like buying air to breathe. When this planet is 70% water. What should that tell you? If you have to buy oxygen, if you have to buy water, which is essential to your life, you have to buy pure water. What does that tell you? What kind of state are we in? So I want to tell you that these elements are your connection to opening your DNA, which is your mind. When people are altering this, now I'm sending a message in a human form that you can't get from your food. Well, what did he do with me? The evil one has set out to alter my message too. So they modified me. You know me from clips. You know me from clips, right? Clips, videos, they modified me. They genetic means information, modified the information that I came to give you. And they said, yo, but you said it. I said a lot of things. You said it. It's out of your own mouth. Yes. How did you interpret it? And so your food is trying to communicate to you. You ready? Your food is trying to communicate. And I'm gonna let y'all build. I don't want to take over. I'm gonna give y'all a chance to talk and build. Go ahead, Nick. Go ahead, Nicole. Go ahead, JC. Y'all build. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's just weird that when I came on this morning, last night, I was watching. Can you hear me? Can you hear me correctly? I feel like I'm echoing.
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I was watching you versus Polite, and it was it was really, it was really interesting because
I was
I,
not trying to
I
get up here, y'all. I'm
listened to him
sorry.
before, but the fact that
I
I've
wasn't
never
trying to get up.
seen somebody be able to talk to him on that level, and it was just amazing being able to watch that. You break things down to its natural, simplest form, and a lot of these people love knowledge. They get off on knowledge, they get off on words. Of course, he's speaking science and simple science that if you went to school, that you know these things. But it's more than that, and he just wouldn't accept it, and it was interesting. And what do you guys? I don't know if they've seen it or um, know how he thinks about knowledge and words, and how people use big words to explain things, but how Chief breaks things down to its simplest form. You understand? Does anyone understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, respect. You make a lot of sense. I
Nikki,
understand.
Nikki, about like 5%ers, different people like that study and use a lot of big words.
I'm not quite sure what you're trying to articulate.
Yeah, we like. I was just, I'm saying that a lot of people when I was watching the debate, or I don't even say it was a debate. I would say
Not,
more
not articulate. Not. I don't mean
discussion.
cut you off. Articulate, but elaborate. As far as you're explaining, like, I mean, because I hear what you're saying, but I'm not totally grasping what you're saying. So if you can pinpoint the things or the message that you're trying to send, or
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
I say, I get what you're saying and I hear you, but can you pinpoint what you exactly mean? Can you elaborate on it?
How do you feel? Yeah, how do you feel about people that use people like him versus people like him? Because for me, it was like they put it like two worlds collide. So it's so many people that understand it clearly what the simple form is, but because they went to school and they learn all these things, they don't want to let go of those things. They don't want to let go all the education, all the things that they learn and learn and know the truth. You can still bring that. You can still bring those things to where you at because it's still relevant to a lot of it's still relevant because it's science, but it goes to a higher, deeper level. And so many people like to just talk and not really take it to that level. Is what I mean. Do you understand? Like so.
I mean, well, first you have to start off with self-discipline. If you don't have self-discipline, you're not gaining any knowledge. You get what I'm saying? So you said how to learn it. If you don't have that intact within self, then you're not going to learn anything. Your mind is going to be closed. So therefore, anything that someone's teaching you is definitely
Number seven has a really loud background. I
then
know
you know
that's
it's
six.
going to be
Excuse me.
important.
Excuse me.
And when you said people turn on you, as such as when they're your friends and things like that, that shows that they wasn't your friend from the beginning. Sometimes we get sheep's and what is it? Snakes in sheep's clothing, things like that.
Wolf. But I
Well,
understand what you're trying to say.
They say a snake.
You're talking about friends.
I'm talking. You said why would he ride with a person and then debate somebody's going against him? Correct? Is that what you were referring to?
No, like say you went to school. You have so many
Like
degrees,
I
right?
feel like she talking about miseducation, like somebody miseducating themselves, and they go so far out miseducating themselves that it's hard for them to find their way back, or they don't want to go back to a different a different aspect of education because they went so far out and
You,
invested so much
if you
money
want to get,
in that
if you want to
miseducation.
get close to wisdom, move
That's why
closer
people
to
listen. You
simplicity.
gotta listen to get closer to anything and to grow. If
Are
you
you
don't,
listening, Denim?
I hear you. Go ahead.
What I'm saying is, if you're when you want to get wiser, when you want to get more intelligent, move towards simplicity. When things start becoming complicated and complex, it's just an expression of someone who doesn't fully know exactly what they're talking about. But they want you to think that they're intelligent because of they may have an extensive vocabulary. But that don't mean nothing. The more experienced you become, the more easily able you are to get people to understand what you're talking about. Because
Yeah, I'm
God
I'm
doesn't
still
move
trying to
in
figure out.
confusion.
Hold on. What? All right. So number eight. Let me just go back. You mentioned somebody talking versus somebody else and them using bigger words and if whether people can understand them or whatnot. But who were the original people you were talking about? Who was versus who? Because I'm not really understanding like what that has to do with anything. A lot of people,
Right.
not everyone
Deep
is gonna be
and
able to.
polite.
Names help a lot.
All right, so you can be as smart. You can come from Harvard versus someone who goes to, let's just say, I don't know, like Nassau Community College. Let's just say a community college. You not being able to understand them, or someone having extensive vocabulary and other people not being versed on it, doesn't necessarily mean they don't know what it is that they're talking about. Like if you're expanding knowledge, that has to be. You can't be ignorant to the knowledge that you're gonna accept. It doesn't mean that you're gonna follow everything, but you got to be able to sponge everything and decide what it is that what I mean you're gonna apply to your own life. You know what I mean? Like it can't just be all right. I'm just gonna be ignorant to what I want to believe and what because some people they can talk all day. You're right. Some of them will be full of shit. Other people they might not say as much, but can have a way stronger message. If you follow what I'm saying.
Well,
No.
I just brought it up for you guys to
No.
talk about because I thought it would be a good topic. So I
No.
already understand it.
I don't.
But I think it's something good for us to talk about because it's so many people on here that talk a whole lot and at the end of the day ain't really saying nothing.
But
And
then it
then
should make it easy for you to understand who to listen to. If it's that many people not making sense and Chief is the only
yeah,
person making sense, then now your universe is giving you a clear perspective of who you need to be paying attention to. So why are we focused on these people saying a bunch of nothing? That's why it's like the end of the age. Because the universe is painting such a clear picture of who's the Messiah, who has actual knowledge that we could take and apply, who has information that we can actually comprehend and see results in our life, and who's actually actively living what they're teaching. Everybody else is on here doing it for ulterior motives. They're here for clout. They're here for jealous reasons. They're here for insecure reasons. It's very clear at this moment where divine knowledge of self is coming from. It's not. It's no excuse. It's no excuse for being ignorant. It's no excuse for not doing better with your life at this point. I
Number
mean, you can
six, what
come up
was you
with
saying? Number six?
yeah.
What was you saying?
I
Number
said that
six?
everybody that spoke in this group said something that you could have took something from. You didn't hear it. You missed it. You should have paid more attention.
Who elaborate who because again why it's not if you don't know you don't know, so sometimes it's really easy to say like you should be able to just tell who's saying bullshit and who's not, but it's not really that easy for everybody. Like you got to kind of decipher or better yet clarify what is the fluff, what is the BS. Like how do you determine what is BS compared, because to you it may be easy, to you it may be simple, but to those who I guess would really matter, who push the culture forward, the younger kids, they don't know. How do we cut through the BS and make it clear what is to be followed and what's not to be followed? It's not really always so easy, at least in my opinion. I don't know
Well, it's the
what
same way you would go about anything else you wanted. If you wanted $1 million, you find somebody that is already a millionaire or a billionaire. If you wanted to build a better body, you would find a personal trainer. So when you're having a difficult time deciphering knowledge, then you need to find somebody who's actively applying the knowledge and has an easy time articulating it. You just find a mentor, find a guide, find a guru, find somebody who's more experienced than you in an area you're interested in learning about. It's that simple. It's like when it comes to knowledge, we act like we're so confused. But when we want to get money, we find somebody who's getting money.
agree, understand.
and know who you are. Know who
It's
you
not.
are and
It's
what's
not.
there.
It's not
I don't,
that.
I don't want you to think that I'm coming for you, because I'm not. But your mentality, everybody on this live mentality is different. But everybody understood what everybody else was. It wasn't. I think he was unable to articulate what you wanted to say. You couldn't articulate it. What you wanted to. You couldn't articulate what you wanted to say. Everybody else said how they felt. But what you was trying to say, you couldn't articulate.
Is she talking to me?
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
we
talking.
gotta. We gotta be more clear in our
I
communication.
don't.
Who exactly are you
I think it's
referring to?
because I maybe I had asked her a question. I guess now she's coming at me, but I'm confused. What's going on? Are you talking to
I'm
me or
not.
She's not coming at you. She
I'm
she's not
not
coming
coming
at you.
at
She
you.
clarified that.
was she
She's
talking
just
to me? I just didn't know. Was she talking to me?
Yes.
Well, I was trying to explain it, and obviously, if I didn't articulate it, but someone did understand what I was saying. I got it out. So we're past that. What's the problem?
It's not she's not a problem. She's just saying that the same way she didn't really understand or it wasn't clear. Someone else had to clear it up. A lot of people it could be the
Did what
same
you was
way.
trying to
She also clarified she wasn't trying to come at you directly. She was just making a statement.
What's
I
the
wasn't disrespecting you.
that
I would never.
what I was saying?
I believe she was just talking.
I was just flowing. So I mean, I get that you're, I don't know what you wanted from me, but this is what I'm going to give you. We're here to build on our minds, and obviously, what I was saying, people picked up on it. So that's all that matters.
Okay. That was you. Other people didn't articulate what they wanted to say, but neither did you. That's all I say.
Okay, so I have a question for Baba. I wanna know if you could tell me my birth chart.
Okay. Yeah, I can. But can you tell me your birth chart?
Yeah, well, I can tell you my my birthday and the time I was born and the day.
Because my job is to teach you how to teach yourself. I don't want to do it for you. I want to like help you teach yourself.
Okay, so how do I do it?
Because it's called knowledge of self. I want you to get the knowledge. What you know, we okay.
I know you can
This was
I know you download an app on your phone, but I don't know like what app it is.
all right. Write this down. You ready?
Hold on. Okay, I'm ready.
All right. First of all, you want to go to tarot.com. TAROT.com.
Okay.
All right. You want to go to tarot.com and get an essential birth chart report. Essential birth chart report. Okay? It's about $20, but it's worth it. It goes into detail about you. Then you want to download an app called The Pattern. The Pattern. Pattern. The Pattern. Like something that has a pattern, The Pattern. Then you want to download an app called Astro Matrix. Astro Matrix.
Gotcha.
Okay? When you get your sun and moon sign, you're gonna look at your houses. No, first of all, when you get all the stuff that I told you about, you come back to me and I'll tell you from there.
Really?
Yeah, because I want to take it in steps. First do that part. Make sure you know what time you was born.
Okay.
What are you laughing at, Nikki?
That she's still writing. I'd have been done with you after Astro. Done.
Why?
Wait, you was playing?
Why?
She over there like.
Yeah, I'm really writing.
Nick, why would you be? Why?
What did you? Yeah, like your birthday thing. Like your sign.
Wait, what was your question?
What you asking for your sign? What you asking for? Cause I ain't hear the question.
I was asking him, could he tell me my birth chart, like what houses I have and like what my moon and sun, all of that.
Oh, I thought you asking for your son. That's why I started laughing. Why y'all so salty? I'm not that type of girl. I'm mad cool.
Cause it looked
I'm
like
sorry.
it looked like
You triggered her.
with everybody that's in the boxes, and
You triggered her.
you need to mute your mic when other people talk.
It has nothing to do with you. You trigger her.
Keep it going.
Okay. Oh, so okay. I was trying to tell Effie she looked beautiful, but I'm gonna do this and then I'll get back on. Thank you.
Man, that was
Okay.
too easy.
I'll see you later.
Hey, what up?
What's going on, Ryan?
Yo, what's going on, God? Peace. So yeah, guys, that's what you want to do to get your natal chart. Start studying you. What we do is that we look at the houses, and also there's an astrology playlist on NatureBoy TV that you can follow. Well, how you been?
Who that?
What's going on, God? How you been?
Cooling,
T
man. You
Rain.
already. Man, I'm there cooling, man. I see what you're doing, and I came to connect. Like always. What about you? What you on, man?